Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are there. Welcome to John Gillis Entertainment. Here we give you sizzling hotties of what is trending in Nigeria and Africa and the world at large. Please do it to hit the subscribe button, the like, and also the bell so as to stay afloat with the times. I would have loved to work with Fela and Bob Marley, according to Wizkid. Starboy Wizkid has mentioned the name of two departed icons he would have loved to work with. The Afrobeat superstar disclosed that he would have loved to collaborate with late Afrobeat legend Fela Kuti and reggae icon Bob Marley. Wizkid made this known in a chat with sports brands Puma and Jedi while answering questions about his life and music. Wizkid also talked about his personality and his family while touching on how fun it was growing up with 12 sisters and getting style inspiration from the streets. In a latest development, Wizkid has added another feather to his illustrious cap relative to his music career. The father of three, who proudly occupies an elite space as one of the most sought-after musicians of the present era on the African continent, has emerged as the most streamed African artist on Pandora, which is domiciled in the United States of America. That is good news. Our boy has been doing very well, and he has said it that he would have loved to collaborate with Fela Kuti and Bob Marley if they were still alive. And he did a good song, Blessed. I really love that song. Blessed, he did it with Bob Marley's son, Damian Marley. That song is lit. Well, congratulations to you, Wizkid. You've been doing very well in the music industry. Still talking about Wizkid, there's this video that has been trending about of Kylie Jenner. We all know Kylie Jenner. She's part of the Kardashians. She was actually listening to Wizkid's song Essence. You know, there's this song Wizkid did with Thames, Essence. That song is lit. And recently we saw Snoop Dogg. Yeah, the Snoop Dogg we all know about, not a fake Snoop. The real Snoop Dogg was actually listening to the song Essence. He was playing the song and listening to it, and he was like moving. And apart from Snoop Dogg, Fat Joe also listening to that song. That song Essence is lit. And recently Kylie Jenner was seen listening to and dancing to the song Essence. Just watch this video. Bella Shmurda dropped a message recently. He said, "Yes, so I be Muslim, but I fast on my own terms. Everybody knows their God." That is Bella Shmurda for you. But my question is, I don't understand, man. I don't understand. Please come again. Or can someone explain this for me? That he is a Muslim, but he fasts on his own terms. Everybody knows his or her own God. And we know Muslims are observing Ramadan. This period, this is the month of Ramadan, and they'll be fasting, and Bella has told us his mind. What are your takes on that? Please drop your comments below. Well, still talking about music, but let's move on to the international scene. Monster truck carries DMX casket as thousands of bikers escort his remains to Brooklyn's Barclays Center for his memorial service. Hip-hop legend DMX passed away on April 9, 2021 at the age of 50 after he suffered a drug overdose that triggered a heart attack on April 2nd. On Saturday, April 24, DMX's casket was put on the back of a monster truck as thousands of bikers led the funeral procession from his birthplace in New York to Brooklyn's Barclays Center for his memorial service. The monster truck was emblazoned with the words "Long Live DMX" across the side and the Rough Riders logo at the back. The private memorial is restricted to only friends and family because of the coronavirus, and it will be live streamed. His funeral was at 2:30 p.m. on Sunday, April 25th. Well, we've heard it all. Long live DMX. Nigerian singer Temiola Apata, popularly known by her stage name Teni, has shared a tweet which concentrated on the sorry state of the country, Nigeria. The singer stated in a tweet that those in Nigeria should be given award for surviving the country. She wrote, "Another day in Nigeria. They're supposed they give us award for surviving Nigeria." What are your thoughts on that? Is this country in such a bad state? Well, what are your thoughts on that? Don't forget to drop your comments below. Let's analyze the issues concerning this country together. 1-week-old bride begs court to dissolve her marriage, says husband's manhood is too big. A newly wedded housewife has approached the court to end her 1-week-old marriage because her husband's manhood is too big. Aisha Danupoa, in the petition, told the court that she cannot condone the size of her husband's manhood. She informed the Sharia court that she wants to opt out of her marriage. The mother of three told the court that she decided to marry another man after her first marriage failed. Aisha, in her statement, revealed that as tradition demanded, she first moved into her parents' house and finally into her husband's home, where they had sexual intercourse. When he came in court, we had sex, but the experience was a nightmare. Instead of enjoying the sex, it turned out to be something else because his penis was too big, she told the court. She disclosed in her narration that after the non-so-good sexual experience because of his big manhood that left her private part in great pain, she endured it and took native medication prepared by her mother, who assured and encouraged her that she would get used to it. 2 days later, when he came to visit me, we had sex again, but the experience was too much to bear. It was then I knew that I could not continue with the marriage because of the size of his penis, she added. However, the husband has agreed to his wife's confession as he further pleads for the 1-week-old marriage to be dissolved. Well, good news and bad news. A rosy experience for her. And people have been dropping in messages regarding this. Please share your thoughts on that. You know, the lady has been complaining. She went to court and the husband also confessed that, yes, his thing is big. And I think this guy got married to this woman because he knew, okay, she has given birth to three kids. Maybe she can, accommodate the size of my bola. And now the lady has said, no, even after giving birth to 3 kids, she can't accommodate this. If you were the judge in this case, what would you have done? Please drop the comments below as a judge. There's this message that was dropped recently. It says, a good husband is not a man who is rich or handsome. He is a man who knows the value of a woman. Do you agree with this? That a good husband is not someone that is rich, that you can't be a good husband because you have the money, or because you are good looking, you have 6 packs, broad shoulder, tall, dark, and handsome. But that's someone who knows the value of a woman. What are your thoughts on that? Please drop your comments below. Woman set her boyfriend's house ablaze in Benue. She claims he doesn't give her transport fare after visiting him. The woman, who is said to be pregnant, claimed that he does not give her transport fare back to her village after every visit, despite her condition. So what she did was that she set the boyfriend's house ablaze. My brother, I know who they follow. Problem plenty for this country. But setting your boyfriend's house ablaze, will you solve the problem? Well, what are your thoughts on that? Don't forget to drop your comments below. This story is not really about love anywhere. It's about the Nigerian government. The defense minister tells troops, don't be afraid of bullets. The defense minister, Bashi Magashi, has challenged troops to step up the fight against terrorists by becoming more daring and should not be afraid of the bullets. Speaking on Sunday, April 18, during a morale boosting visit to the troops in Maiduguri, Borno State, the retired Brigadier General said what should be on the minds of the troops while battling insurgents should be to secure the country. You should not be afraid of the bullets because it can even meet you in the house if it means you die by it. But If you are not meant to die by the bullet, it will never kill you, even at the heart of a war, he said. Well, you've heard it. You've heard it from the retired Brigadier General. What are your thoughts on that? Please drop your comments below. Let's analyze issues together. Big Brother Nigeria, I know Big Brother Nigeria will soon be back. You know, this guy that won Big Brother Nigeria, and he's like a private person. Nobody has heard about him. Miracle. Miracle actually won the award, and he disappeared into thin air after winning that award. You know, most other persons won the award and they came into the music industry and they've been doing music and stuff. But this guy just disappeared into thin air, where he went for training as a pilot, and he is being described as if private was a person. The guy is actually private. That where on earth is Miracle, the winner of Big Brother Nigeria 2018? We haven't been hearing from him. He said he wants to go into to learn how to fly a plane, yeah, to become a pilot. And since then, we haven't heard from him. Where on earth is Miracle? Please, if you know where he is, drop your comments below. Still talking about this love issue, there's this guy that was caught in Japan. That boyfriend who dated 35 women, so he regularly received gifts, is arrested for fraud in Japan. 35 women. Well, we have some men in Nigeria that have more than 35 girlfriends. Yeah, and they've not been arrested for fraud, and they've been, doing their thing. And we also have women too who are dating more than 35 men, and they'll be collecting big gifts. Today is my birthday. If you meet her today, she'll tell you her birthday is a weekend by Friday. They've been dating so many men, collecting gifts from them, and they've never been arrested for fraud. But this guy has been arrested for fraud in Japan. You see, so we've seen the difference between Japan and our beloved country, Nigeria. What are your thoughts on that? Please don't forget to drop your comments below. Recently, there was this local government chairmanship exams that was going on in Kaduna State. Local government chairmanship aspirants were writing examination to show they are qualified to contest. All Progressive Congress, the APC, Kaduna State, conducting exam for local government chairmanship candidates in the state capital. According to the message, it says, yeah, they smell. Where did the governor write his exams? But I think this is a good thing anyway, because from the complaints we have in this country, we having round pegs in square holes. I think we should have the right people to be ruling, and this thing should be extended to the presidency, not just local government chairman. The governor should be writing exams, and the president too should also be writing the exams. But the truth is that Nigerians should not be responsible for marking the script. They should write the exams and maybe send it to the United Nations or another big, international body. Because if you say Nigeria should write the exams or to mark Nigeria should be in charge of invigilating and marking the scripts, we definitely know who will win. The person with the highest amount of money, that pays the highest amount of money, will definitely pass the exams. That is the problem we'll be having in this country. One of the problems we'll be having. We'll be having so many other issues in the country. Thank you very much for watching Jungle Entertainment. We hope you're entertained. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the bell, and also the like, so as to stay updated with the times. Take care of yourself and have a lovely day.